بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today's question in ink is from our sister Anisa in UK. She said, I want to memorize Quran, but due to its difficulty, is there any tip that you can provide or some tips that you can provide for me and the rest of our sisters and brothers in memorizing Quran? By the grace of Allah, here in ink, we've answered several questions about memorization of Quran or memorizing the glorious Quran of Allah. First, it's a blessing for a person to be a hafiz. It's only the select few that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had blessed. Even we have many huffaz, but those who are known as huffaz are but few in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To adequately memorize Quran is one of the virtuous and the best act of worship ever. If each harf you will be rewarded with 10-fold, how many reward do you think you will earn for yourself by the time you complete the memorization of Quran? Too many fold to be numbered. So Sister Anisa, this is a good method that you've taken to memorize the Holy Quran. But always, as we mentioned, when it comes to hifz of Quran or memorization of Quran, memorizing the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, do not rush. When you rush to do it, it will start coming out of your mind or your memory, and then you will start to struggle. When you memorize and then you forget, what happens is that you start to get frustrated and disturbed. I've memorized it, but I'm still forgetting. So what's the purpose of continuing, or what is the purpose of carrying on this task? Because whenever I memorize, I forget. No, it's because of the process and the way you memorize. When you have a Quran in front of you, when you have the glorious Quran in front of you to memorize, first and foremost, you have to have someone who is qualified in front of you to recite. He recites, you repeat. This is the first tip. This is the first tip. Someone reciting, you repeating. If there is anyone who can learn Quran without repeating it, that would have been Prophet Muhammad. He spoke Arabic better than all of his companions. All of them all together. And memory-wise, Allah had blessed him to capture. Arabic language was his language, better than all the Arabs of his time and today in Arabic. Yet, Allah did not just send the Quran for him to start reading by himself. He sent out Jibreel from the 7th heaven all the way to this earth. Jibreel يقرأ والنبي يرتل بعده حتى قال الله جل ثناؤه عنه لا تحرك به لسانك لتعجل به إن علينا جمعه وقرآنه فإذا قرأناه فاتبع قرآنه. He started speaking or saying or reciting the recital after Jibreel faster than Jibreel basically. So he was faster than Jibreel in his recitation. Allah said, no, don't recite this fast. Just wait. When Jibreel recite after him gradually. It's upon us to bring it together in your chest to remember and memorize. What does this tell you? One, you can never memorize Quran by yourself. It does not matter. You can be the Sibawayh of the world. This is, scriptural method from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the first tip, someone to recite, even you can read it by yourself. Don't look from the YouTube and follow it, or through Skype. All these are means if you run out of means. But if there is a way to reach out to a sister who knows Quran, or a brother who knows Quran to teach you, this is the best. Second, do not rush. Do not say, okay, I want to do it quickly. Third, do not memorize in one sitting. In the morning, 30 minutes, I memorize it. I go samma', as they say, I go to recite on my sheikh and then it's over. Never. If you really want to enjoy Quran, never memorize the verses that you will recite onto your sheikh the same day. Let's say I have to recite onto my sheikh. Today is what? Thursday? Today's Wednesday. Let's say today is Friday. I have to recite onto my sheikh today. I should not memorize the verses today. I should at least memorize the verses yesterday before today. So I have 24 hours to memorize the page or 2 pages, or depending on how many ayat I'm taking, to memorize that page at least twice. Once in the morning and in the afternoon. I repeated just the same system that I followed. The way of memorizing the Quran or to retain something, I've actually explained this, so you can check us on Ink TV. You will see the method or the methodical procedure or the newest mode of memorizing the glorious Quran. I've talked about that. So you can check to get the followed, to get what we talked about. And also, when I talked about this mode, the newest mode of memorizing Quran, some people say, no, this is too long and that's too much. It's time consuming, so we cannot do it. But do you know what happens after that? They always come and say, wallahi, we memorize and forget. And we going back again. I say, subhanallah, if you had, employed that system, that would have taken you maybe 30 more minutes or an hour. But now you avoided the method because you want to drive through or pick up. Now you did pick up, you did receive what you want, but now you're doing it over and over again. You're overtasking yourself. According to Bruce Lee said, I fear not a man who practices 10,000 kicks. But I do fear a man who had practiced one kick 10,000 times. If you get this statement. Bruce Lee said he doesn't fear a man who had practiced 10,000 kicks, but he fears a man who had practiced one kick 10,000 times. This is deep, isn't it? That Sheikh Bruce Lee in his karate move. If this is only karate, what do you think of the glorious Quran of Allah? So do not rush when you memorize something. Wallahi, if you take it easier on yourself and follow this process, it will be much easier and you save yourself from a lot of muraja'ah and revision when you finish. So to our sisters in the UK, and our sisters in Australia, our sisters in Africa, our sisters here in America, our sisters around the world, our brothers, the same thing, please take it easier. And you will enjoy Quran more the time that you see yourself, you memorizing and it's still in your memory. So this is what I can say. Remember the points that we mentioned, but follow us because we answer questions every single day. And if you have anything, you can just send it straight, to our office, or you can send it to info@inktv.org. Bi-idhnillahi tabaraka wa ta'ala. Our team will make us aware and we will answer accordingly. Remain blessed. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.